about shame, and we've talked about healthy shame and unhealthy shame and how it helps us at times in our lives. We also talked about earlier this week, we discussed how um, our ways to reduce shame. And, we talked about the 12-step model, we talked about uncovering shame, looking at shame, talking about it with friends, with close loved ones, and really kind of helping heal our inner child in a sense. So now we've done all that. Now let's get down to the nuts and bolts that every day, what am I going to do when I have an emotion come up? If it's shame or another emotion, and I have this neural pathway in my head that tells me when I feel this, I'm going to go binge. I get a call from my mother, I'm driving, I feel shame, there's McDonald's, I'm going to go in and get something, or there's Dairy Queen or whatever. Or it's 7 o'clock at night, I had dinner at 6, and 7 o'clock at night, I open the freezer typically and get ice cream. How am I going to change that? So sometimes it's an emotion and sometimes it's just the urge. Remember, the more you travel down that neural pathway, the emotion, feeling shame, the behavior, binging, the more we reinforce that road, right? Same with feeling bored. I'm bored, what do? I'm going to go find something to eat in the fridge or in the cabinet because that's what I do. Main emotions that cause us that are centered around binging are halt the BS. Hungry, angry, lonely, tired, bored, and shame. That's why when we talk about halt, first of all, we want you to have regular meals and snacks so you don't get to that terrible hunger level. And if you have a really bad hunger level, have a plan. Like a plan that I use is just apple slices to calm me down while I try to breathe and calm down if I get too hungry so I don't fall into a binge. Whatever you come up with that works for you. The next is angry. Remember, anger is usually fear or hurt. When you're feeling angry, make sure you're noticing what you're feeling hurt or afraid of. Just pay attention to the feeling. Have a plan as you begin to. You're going to go through this worksheet with your therapist, and you're going to talk about kind of the feelings around binging. What tends to come up in the next few pages when you do this section with the therapist today? Be thinking about, okay, this tends to be my primary emotion or one or two emotions that causes me to binge or that leads to binging. It doesn't really cause it, it leads to it because we're just used to that neural pathway. What's my plan going to be so I no longer travel down that neural pathway? After you finish this, you're also going to take time to listen to watch a TED Talk video, which I like very, very much. It is it's about emotional first aid. And in this video, Guy Wench talks about how if I cut myself, I don't take a knife and make that cut deeper, right? Same is true as he talks about emotional pain. If I have emotional pain, I don't sit there and beat myself up more about it. So those are the kinds of things you'll be working on today. So I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're working on your shame. I'm glad you're working on your binge eating and all those feelings that drive you. I wish I could be everywhere with everybody. I love you guys. Keep up the good work, and I'll see you next time.